All right, good morning and welcome to the 2021 Kinder Elementary DARE graduation. I'd like to start off by thanking the Miamisburg City Schools, the City of Miamisburg, and the Miamisburg Police Department for their support of the DARE program, because without it, today wouldn't be possible. I'd also like to thank the fifth graders. I had a great time getting to know you all this year. You did a great job, and I'm very proud of all of you. We covered a lot of topics. We talked about the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. We talked about making good decisions and how to resist peer pressure. We talked about how to be safe with over-the-counter and prescription drugs. We talked about bullying and being a good citizen. The goal of our program, though, is for you to take that information and use it as you grow older and you encounter difficult situations. We do have some guests that have come to congratulate you today. From the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Detective Sergeant Jeff Muncie. From the Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have your judge, Robert Reddick. And from the Miamisburg City Schools, we have your superintendent, Dr. Laura Blessing. All right. A couple of our guests would like to say a few words, and we'll begin with Dr. Blessing.
Thank you, Officer Doug. Well, happy last day of school. Are you happy? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should ask your teachers. Happy last day of school. I think they're I would just like to congratulate you on behalf of the school board that helped govern our school and myself. We want to congratulate you on a successful DARE program and also a successful school year. When I was a teacher, I used to teach fifth grade and we had DARE. So I know firsthand how valuable and how great the lessons are and how they help you as you become a young adult. So we are all here excited to see about all of the great accomplishments that you're going to be a part of when you enter the middle school in August and then eventually the high school. And then when you become citizens, you're going to help take care of us all. So we just want you to say that we appreciate now that you're going to be great citizens, whether you're in Miamisburg or you choose to go somewhere else, because as we get older, we need the young people to take care of us and to make great decisions. So we're counting on you. So thank you, and I look forward to hearing your speeches and the great program that you have lined up today. So congratulations.
Thank you. And Judge Reddick.
Gosh, I get to go second today. First, I want to acknowledge Joe McKenzie, that's doing the videography today. He does that very nicely, and he never gets very much recognition. I've been looking forward to coming to see you all today. First, I really like this school. You know, they built this school in 1906, before the First World War. Back then, they didn't know there were going to be multiple world wars, so they called that war the Great War. Maybe that was going to be the last Great War. But when I come here, one of the reasons, the history of the building, and that you are the future, all right? And I'm counting on that future because you've gotten everything. You live in a great town. The mayor used to say, the old mayor, Mr. Church, used to say, great things are happening in Miamisburg, Ohio. And they are. They truly are. But you've got to grasp that happiness and that opportunity. You've been given a whole lot, and you've got to reach out and take advantage of it. Now, you've been in DARE. Have you enjoyed DARE? Yeah. Good. That DARE decision-making model is you're going to use it, because you've already been tempted before, haven't you, to do bad things? I like to use the word nefarious. My kids say I use big words all the time. No one knows what I'm talking about. Nefarious, you know who Loki is now, right? Yeah. Well, he's nefarious, okay? Nefarious is people that may do questionable things, wrong things. Things they go, maybe we shouldn't do that. Now, you can apply the DARE decision-making model to decision making, it's easy to do the right thing where there are teachers around and it's the hard light of day. But sometimes maybe you all know what peer pressure is, don't you? That's where, maybe somebody shows up with a six-pack of beer and says, let's try beer. All right? Well, I'm just telling you, your friends are drinking beer. You may want to try it too. I'm telling you, don't do that stupidness, okay? Now, alcohol is a huge problem in the United States. People make a big deal about it. That's because it is. We lose more people to alcohol than anything else. Now, next, I have a particular issue with fentanyl and heroin. Heroin and fentanyl, they smoke it, they snort it, and they inject it. It's rampant right now, and we have a huge number of deaths from people abusing what's really fentanyl. They think it's heroin, but it's not. It's fentanyl. Don't do drugs. Now, I'm not trying to say marijuana will hurt you. I don't know of one single person that's died from marijuana. But when I talk to people that are addicted to heroin, do you know what every single one of them have in common? You know what first drug they did? Marijuana. They all started with marijuana. Now, I can't say, and there's going to be people out there that do marijuana that say, oh, it's not a gateway drug. Well, again, I talk to, every day, I see people that are harmfully involved with drugs. When I see every single day, I even mean Saturday and Sunday. They call me at noon every day on Sunday to arraign people from the county jail because there's a 72-hour rule. So I even work on Sunday. So back to the story. Last year we signed 162 or 168 search warrants, and I turned down some of them. So you can imagine there's even more of that. Now I got to keep talking because I don't have that much time and I've got a lot to cover. Don't do alcohol. You're too young. You're only a kid for a few years. You're going to be an adult for decades and decades. Grab a hold of being a kid. Embrace it. Enjoy it. I keep telling these classes, I really liked your artwork outside, your chalk art. It was really nice. Makes me happy. I'm always happy. I don't know why. I'm happy all the time. I know, that's what my wife says. She goes, you keep smiling like that, they're going to lock you up, Bob. But I am always happy. But when I was happiest is right when I was your age. And it was my last day of school. And I knew that I was going to go fishing and swimming and camping out and all kinds of other, play down by the creek, see my friends. Do any of you have any real good activities you're looking forward to? Go ahead, what is it?
I play in the creek in my backyard and play in the woods with my friends, and I practice BMX and I ride around with them.
You ride around. I had a creek in my backyard and played on it all the time. Go ahead, what are you going to do?
I have a laser tag.
Laser tag, really? Where you wear the thing and you shoot at each other?
And I'm playing with my grandma this summer.
That laser tag's nice to me. I'm going to do one more. Go ahead, what are you going to do?
So, me, I'm really just gonna go to Miamisburg pool or swim in the
Ooh, I got to tell you, that's what I used to do. I used to go swimming every single day. I love to swim. So I like to swim a lot. Yeah, me too. Swimming was one of my big things. Okay, I've got too many interested people over here. I want to do another one. How about you, sir? What are you going to do?
I like going deep sea fishing.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're from Ohio. Gosh, where do you deep sea fish?
Down in the bottom of Florida.
In the bottom of Florida, the Keys?
Yeah.
I took the bar exam for Florida. I'm admitted to practice law in Ohio and Florida, so I'm pretty familiar with that. What kind of fish have you caught?
The last time I went, I caught a 60-pound grouper.
A grouper. Grouper's my favorite.
It's like a baby hammerhead shark called a bonnet head. I caught a bonnet head and some other fish.
Well, that's nice. I can't do anymore. I've got to keep going. I'm going to run out of time. But I'm glad to hear that all of you have special, nice, fun things planned. Because a lot of people, they seem to lack the joy of life. And I want you to enjoy what you've been you have the opportunity to do. Grasp it and be happy about it. We've had all kinds of problems with people maybe under too much stress and aching to be adults and doing things they really shouldn't have any business doing. I got to keep going because I still have so much trouble. I've told you, don't drink alcohol, don't do drugs. Now, I was at Mark Twain Elementary School, and I was kind of surprised because they didn't know who Mark Twain was. Weren't you surprised? I had two of my daughters teach, so I got to talk to them, and they said, well, they don't teach too much Mark Twain till later. There was a Mark Twain short story, The Jumping Frog of, I think, like Osceola County. I'm going to have to look it up and read it because I liked it when I read a lot when I was a little kid. So I was surprised they didn't know who Mark Twain was. Mark Twain said a famous saying about tobacco. It's easy to quit smoking cigarettes. I've done it 1,000 times. Do you understand what Mark Twain was telling you? No, it's not easy to quit. It's hard because he's never been able to be successful at it. Mark Twain smoked till he died. He never could quit. And that was one of his famous quotes is, it's easy to quit. I've done it 1,000 times. The reason is it's not easy to quit. It's real hard. But you know what? It's easy to quit. Don't start. Don't smoke that first cigarette. You hear me? Somebody in their DARE report's going to say how many thousands we lose from cigarettes every year. Tobacco. Does somebody know how many? How many?
170,000.
I just know it's huge. Well, let me keep going.
For alcohol, there is 75,000 people that die each year.
75,000. So more from cigarettes, huh? I find that hard to believe. We see a lot of alcohol deaths. We really do. Maybe I'm not in the hospital. Well, don't do cigarettes either. Now, I've got to talk about all kinds of other things with you. You may be able to make the right decision, but maybe the person sitting next to you, I want you to look to your left or right. Maybe those people on either side, maybe they're not going to make good decisions. I'm asking you to be a good friend to those people. I want you to, if they do something wrong, would you please try to help them? I mean it. They need a friend, and I want you to be a friend to them, okay? Now you got to pay attention or I'm going to walk over and ask you questions, okay? Believe me, I'm hard at this, and I'm used to people not being very attentive to what I say because some people don't like to hear what I have to say. So let me keep going. When you have those hard times, there's people out there that would help you. I'll help you. Call me. Detective Muncie would help you. Your superintendent would help you. Your principal, your teachers would help you. If you need help, if you're hungry or cold or afraid, someone's hurt you, you've been bullied, I'm going to let Detective Muncie talk about that bullying. Or whatever he wants to talk about. You've got to call somebody, all right? Now, again, great things are happening in Miamisburg, and I'm counting on you making great choices. Do you know why I take DARE so seriously? Do you know why?
Well, I don't know exactly why, but it's probably because it's good for your life and like it teaches you like how to.
Well, that's close, not quite, but go ahead. What do you think? Gosh, he got it right on the head. I get to see DARE graduates a lot. I've been doing this so long that the fifth graders have grown up and become adults, and guess what happens?
What?
Some of them don't make good decisions. They do smoke cigarettes. They do drink alcohol. They do drugs. They make bad decisions, and I'm counting on you very hard not to. Go ahead. Yes? Well, you know, it's hard. I hate to answer free legal questions because normally I get a lot of money for that. Okay? No, I'm just joking. I used to get a lot of money for that. Well, now I work for the citizens, but I get really good health care. That's what I tell my wife. Well, do you have any questions? I'm going to do the hardest thing for an attorney or a judge. Sit down and shut up. It's real hard for attorneys to do. I'm going to hand this over to Detective Muncie. I've worked with detectives. How long you been a detective?
For 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
Well, he's seen a couple felonies. Go ahead.
So I didn't really prepare a speech or anything because I just found out I was going to be here not too long ago today.
You're an excellent
But
extemporaneous speaker.
I do want to tell all you guys congratulations for graduating the DARE program. That's an awesome program. Take what you've learned through the DARE program, through Officer Sherritt's, and make the most of it. Learn from it. Take that advice and take that on with you into high school. Want everybody to enjoy their summer. Enjoy your deep sea fishing. Enjoy your BMXing, your laser tag. So enjoy the summer. Have a really good summer, and congratulations.
One of the last things the students do in DARE class is they write a DARE report. Not only do they write a report, but they present it to their classmates. And we've selected a few to share their reports today. And we'll begin with Jaslyn Guevara.
In DARE, Officer Doug taught us a bunch of important and serious things. People might say, I've never seen that happen or that never happens, but they do happen. DARE taught us about drugs, bullying, 5W, stress, and more. DARE taught us about the effects and solutions for alcohol use and bullying. On the DARE booklet says to buy or use alcohol, it's illegal for persons under 21 to buy or use alcohol. The alcohol effects are very serious. Memory loss, slow reflex, and slow down the brain and body. In my opinion, those are the most serious effects, and I learned them because Officer Doug came and presented DARE to me and my classmates. The second drug is tobacco. Tobacco has nicotine. It's in substance that might make you addicted to it. Just like alcohol, tobacco is illegal for people under 21 to consume tobacco. The causes health effects are serious too. Lung cancer, interfering with the brain, heart disease are the main important effects that are really dangerous. Before you are going to smoke or use alcohol, think about the effects that these two drugs can cause you. In DARE, they also teach us about bullying and some situations or problems and what to do. Bullying is an aggressive and unwanted behavior used again and again to harm, insulate, or control another person. If you want to report bullying, the 5Ws can help you with that. The 5Ws are questions that you need to know before you report bullying. 5Ws mean who is being bullied, what happened, when did it happen, and why did it happen? Report bullying to a trusted adult. Report bullying is very important because people can get harmed or stressed, and stress can cause a lot of problems to the person that's being bullied. That's why you have to report bullying. Those are some important things that I needed to know, and DARE taught it to me and my classmates. And I'm glad that Officer Doug came and taught me so we can make a good future.
Congratulations. Awesome job. Next, we have Deja Scott.
In 5th grade, there is a class called DARE. DARE stands for Define, Assess, Respond, and Evaluate. Our DARE teacher is Officer Doug Sherritt. In DARE, we read a book that Officer Doug gave us and took notes about not doing drugs, making good decisions, and saying no to things that we either aren't allowed to do or we shouldn't do. I learned that I should say no to people who ask me to drink/do drugs with them. I learned to stay away from people who peer pressure you and make good and responsible decisions. In DARE, we learned about many different subjects. Those were drugs, alcohol, peer pressure, and risky situations. The main ones that I'm going to be talking about are alcohol and drugs. Drugs can harm your body just like alcohol. Drugs can make your breath bad, make your teeth yellow, and could cause your brain to work differently than what it used to be. Alcohol can do the same. Alcohol can cause memory loss, very slow reflexes, and loss of coordination. Another thing I learned is not to drink alcohol before the age of 21. I learned to use those tips. I will use those tips whenever someone asks me if I want to do drugs/drink with them, and I will say no and walk away. I will not be friends with people who make bad decisions because they can get me in a lot of trouble. Mr. Doug is a very nice person, and DARE is my favorite class/subject.
Congratulations. Outstanding job. Thank you. Next, we have David Moss.
DARE is a class that teaches you to be healthy and not to do stuff that has major effects on your body, like alcohol or tobacco. What DARE stands for is Define, Assess, Respond, and Evaluate. This year, we learned about the effects that alcohol and tobacco have on the human body. The DARE teacher for this year is Officer Sarah. He is a nice DARE teacher and gives us applause every time the class ends. This year in DARE, we learned about the effects that smoking has on the body. Smoking can damage your lungs and make it hard for the user to breathe. It could damage your bloodstream too. And according to the DARE book on page 3, it talks about what alcohol could do on the body. It can cause memory loss, slow reflexes, and it can kill you. Also, there are 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year. DARE taught me what is good and what is not, and how to get out of dangerous situations, like if your friend wanted to smoke after school and you and your friend were too young.
Good job. Congratulations. You're welcome. Next, we have Adam Schlupp.
DARE was a very good experience for me, and I learned a lot that can help me in the future. Officer Doug was a very nice person and made DARE better and made it more interesting. In DARE, we learned the effects of drugs, including alcohol and tobacco. We also learned a lot of other things regarding medicines. We also did homework about what we learned in the specific lesson. In DARE, we learned the effects of many drugs and what they can do to your health. For example, alcohol can get into the bloodstream and damage every organ in your body. Another example is that nicotine is a chemical that makes you want to keep smoking and that can lead to problems that either can be permanent or can be deadly. The third and final example regarding alcohol and tobacco is that with alcohol and tobacco combined, there are more than 475,000 deaths per year from them according to our DARE book. There are also a lot of problems with over-the-counter medicine and prescription medicine. Over-the-counter medicine is medicine you can buy off a shelf, but prescription medicine is medicine that you can have prescribed to you and only you, and nobody else can use it. Now, what are these problems? Well, some people use it in the way of a drug. The reason is that it is so easy to get from your house or a friend's house. This is because it's usually stored in a cabinet. The people purposefully take too much of a medicine, or they take another person's prescribed medicine. This, as you would guess, can be very unhealthy and can cause a lot of problems. DARE taught us to use the DARE decision-making model. The 4 parts of it are define, assess, respond, and evaluate. This helps us solve scenarios. First, we define what is happening. Next, we assess what can we do to solve the problem. Third, we respond. Make the choice and give good reasons for your answer. Last, we evaluate. How did your answer go? What did the person say? I can use this in a real-life situation in the future if I have to. Something DARE taught us that is crucial to solving a long-term problem like bullying or other things is to make a help network. A help network is a person or group of people that can help you deal with a problem that you can't seem to solve on your own. Your help network should include family members or other people you know that you can really trust to help you. You can ask them how to talk when solving the problem or how to deal with the aftermath of the problem. In conclusion, DARE was a very good and helpful experience. I can apply what I've learned in real-life situations. I know never to use drugs because of the effects of them. Officer Doug explained everything with a very good detail, making it easier to understand. I now know what to do when I'm in a bad situation. Overall, DARE is a big thing in my life, and it will help me for a long time.
Congratulations. Awesome job. Thank you. And Josiah Harris. You're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so in 5th grade this year, we have been participating in a program called DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, or it could be something else in the DARE book, where we learn all about the different types of drugs and other bad products. Wait, this program teaches kids about drugs? Yes, but you didn't let me finish. It teaches drugs and why you shouldn't use them, and what types of effects and consequences they have on you. So DARE is actually really helpful for kids our age. Also, I know you'll like this, you get prizes. That's right, every time at the end of DARE, if you completed your homework last week, you get a prize. And if you do the one for next week, guess what? Prizes. And these prizes are awesome, like stress toys and color-changing pencils. Now let's talk about our officer who taught us about DARE. What was his name? Christopher? I'm joking. His name is Officer Sheritz. He is an awesome officer and taught us a lot about the misuses of drugs. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you about the 5 W's. Wait, you don't know what the 5 W's are? Well, I'll tell you. Let's give an example from the DARE book. Okay, a group of girls decide they don't like Jenny because she plays with boys. Okay. They make fun of her when she walks by, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you get it. Now let's use the 5 W's. Who would be Jenny? What is making fun of her and won't play with her? When is when she walks by? Where would be at school or when she's playing sports? Why? Because she plays sports with boys. Now I'm going to be talking about what exactly I learned in DARE. I'll specifically be talking about the uses of drugs, tobacco, and cigarettes, and how they are bad for you, and what the consequences are for using these items. First, let's talk about how tobacco is bad for you. Tobacco is a product which is basically a cigarette where you can chew on it. But did you know that chewing tobacco can cause mouth cancer, which is a thing, tooth loss, and other health problems? Also, nicotine, which is in cigarettes and tobacco, reduces the amount of blood that flows in the brain. So if you want a big brain, I suggest you don't use tobacco. Also, more than 400,000 Americans die, I'll keep making noises, from tobacco-related causes each year. Plus, it's illegal, at least in the United States, if you sell tobacco products to anyone under the age of 21 or to use it. Now let's talk about the use of smoking cigarettes. Now you might think that cigarettes are the same as tobacco, but they are not. I repeat, they are not. Okay, let's just get on about how smoking is bad. First, there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarettes. Also, smoking causes heart disease, more colds, and lung cancer. There's also something about upper respiratory, but I don't know that, so that's basically just copyright. As well as causing yellow teeth. Wow, that's a lot of reasons. And last, 50,000 deaths are due to smoking. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about how drugs affect people. I'm sure all of you have heard about drugs if you were paying attention in class, specifically the dangers of alcohol. Did you know that alcohol is illegal for anyone under 21? Or that mixing alcohol with medicine is really dangerous? Or that there are 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year? Also for teens, since their bodies are still growing and developing,
alcohol can affect them way more than adults. So be really careful, because if you misuse alcohol, you can really hurt yourself. But thankfully, most teens don't drink alcohol. They're finished.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome job. All the students did a great job on their DARE report, and those 5 are a perfect example of that. The last group I'd like to thank are the ones that make my job as the DARE officer very easy, and that's the staff here at Kinder Elementary, and that starts with your principal, Mr. Sather. And your 5th grade teachers, Ms. Pelfrey. Mrs. Clausing. Ms. Zegger. And now we'll give you guys your certificates, and we'll start with Mrs. Belford's class.
We stand up now and fist bump as they get their
Yep.
diploma.
We'll come by and fist bump.
All right, boys and girls, eyes back up here. The one thing I am going to ask is that you hold your applause until after we have gone through every student in each class, okay? So at the end of the entire class, that's when we will clap. All right, awesome. Adrina Eichel, you come on up. Hold your applause until the end, please. Awesome. Vanessa Alzareca. Lamont Coleman. Drake Collins. Mariana Colvin. Devin Curry. Boys and girls, give fist bumps down the line, okay? Since I know we're not doing handshakes, but fist bumps. Devin Curry. Dallas Drake. Boys and girls, if you could turn your words down, please. Awesome. Josiah Harris. Isaiah Johns. Emily Lawson. Maya Lightcap. Addie Mathis. Quentin Peck. Jacob Rao. Ollie Safi. Adam Schlub. Selena Shafee. Hayden Tyree. Hope Williamson. All right, let's give this class a round of applause. Excellent. Take a seat. Thank you so much, Officer Doug. We really appreciate it. And Mrs. Clausing, if you want to come up.
All right. Naomi Brown. Alice Combs. Kendall Henke. Charlie Hayes. Savion Logan. Zachary Masters. David Moss. Elena Penrod, Serenity Percival, Jocelyn Peterson, Chance Powell, Jasmine Richter, Deja Scott, happy birthday, Deja, Mylia Smith, Jackson Thurman, Andrew Walker, and Coltnions Ferguson. Congratulations, everyone in this class.
While we're waiting for everyone to have a seat again, I know that my class was super attentive during DARE. You guys had excellent questions. You enjoyed quizzing Officer Doug on his information and his life as a police officer. So well done. We're going to start with Ethan Bailey. Congratulations. Sienna Barnes. Nyla Chapman. Gavin Charrington. Sorry, Gavin. Amarze Davis. Jaslyn Guevara. Parker Jones. Kingston Mahid. Aldrin Mbang. Joshua Morales Tragueros. I did pretty good, didn't I?
Good job.
Abigail Rogers. Kaysen Shackelford. Madeline Silvers. Elizabeth Southard.
They're just not cooperating.
No, they aren't. Cecilia Umbaugh. And Tristan Wolf. Well done, everybody. Congratulations.
All right, the last thing we'll do as part of the DARE graduation is I'm going to show you a short little video of DARE classes here at Kinder. Once again, congratulations. Have a great summer, and I look forward to seeing all of you next year at the middle school. Thank you.